Welcome back to Romantasy Chaos HQ, the podcast. We are Avery and Xavier Harleston, healthcare professionals by day, romantasy theorists, and aspiring authors by night. Today, we are covering the epigraph from Iron Flame, Chapter 9. This is your warning. There will be spoilers for the entire Empyrean series. If you haven't read all three books, it may be time to turn back. As honorary members of Second Squad, we cuss
A lot.
and discuss
All adult topics
and make a fuss.
about field testing the furniture.
I don't think they can see this when I say wink, wink. We like a challenge, so we tackle each epigraph without prepping, placing it into context for the whole series, not just the chapter or book it's tied to. But you don't have to take it cold, so here is our post-recording one-sentence summary of the chapter. Violet and Imogen go for a run together before the first battle brief of the year, where Violet struggles to deal with the misinformation Markham spews. Ree mentions something weird happening in the healer's quadrant and names Sawyer as her executive officer, and Nadine is assassinated for answering to the name Violet Sorrengail. There are 6 minutes on the clock and more questions about Iron Flame than there are about Markham's loyalties, so don't blink, don't scroll, don't let Taryn distract you. We have 360 seconds to blow your mind.
And go.
And in the mountains of the Steelridge Range, the green dragons of the Uaineloidsig line, known for their keen intellect and rational countenance, offered their ancestral hatching grounds for the good of dragonkind, and the wards of Navarre were woven by the first 6 at what is now Basgiath War College. United Navarre, A Study in Survival by Grato Burnell, Curator of the Scribe quadrant. That's a very long run-on sentence.
Well, it was clearly the logical choice.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
But, I mean, interestingly, I do not think, back to we were talking a couple episodes ago, I don't think the green dragon hatching ground is like the uber magic hatching ground. Like, they're not the I am the biggest and baddest dragons. Like, they're, associated with, Hedian and logic and thinking and poison, compared to like the black dragon line where there's clearly the big Orisha hatching grounds with lots of geologic activity. It makes sense that the green dragon hatching ground was not this massive magical hatching ground, which is, I'm now going to postulate formally as a theory, why the dragons are declining, why there are less dragons coming to Basgiath to bond, because there's actually less dragons hatching, because there isn't as much magic as there's needed in that green dragon logic hatching ground.
Fewer, not less. But okay, here's my question. The green dragons of the Uaineloidsig line, no, they're the ones who offered their ancestral hatching grounds. So do the other lines have other hatching grounds if you're a green dragon?
I don't.
Like,
We
we
don't.
call it the green dragon hatching grounds, but it's actually saying that it was only the green dragons of that line. It was their hatching grounds.
Well, I mean, we have the dens, like your greens, your reds, your blacks, but we don't really know.
Those are breeds.
Well, yes, the breeds.
And then we have dens, which I think are probably related to the line that you're from, and maybe something about the horns or the tails. Well, they choose their tails, so I don't think that is how they make a den. I think it has maybe something to do with the horn shape, because that's what Andarna thinks in Onyx Storm when she meets Leothin, and then it's confirmed that they're of the same den.
But the other hatching grounds are like referred to as like the blue dragon hatching ground.
Right.
So it seems like this should just be the green dragon's hatching ground, but maybe there's only one line.
Maybe it's the line just like, well, we also know when Taryn recounts his lineage, he actually stops when he gets to the time that the dragons bonded writers, as if like everything that's happened since then doesn't matter or is a giant secret. But so these lines, these ancestral lines must go back well before that, because he has like generations of his own ancestry that he recounts.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I
But
don't know.
but what I do know is that, speaking super stereotypically, the energy to supply the nerds is not the energy to supply the big bad warriors.
Okay. I am going to take offense that just because people have a keen intellect and rational countenance, that makes them nerds. But I'm going to just pass. We're not gonna get hung up there. But yes, I would say the types of things that motivate and would enrich someone who is known for their keen intellect and rational countenance are probably different than the types of things that would enrich and motivate, you know, what's the translation of the different dragon dens? Like blood hungry or whatever? Murder dragon, something like that.
Bloody mouth or something? Bloody
Yes,
tooth?
bloody tooth, whatever it is, like um so yes, I can see how that would require. I wonder if there's different essentially like flavors of magic based on the type of geologic activity. So like the thermal of the black dragons like is giving a more intense type of magic compared to the green dragons who we really don't know
Like,
what is driving the magic in that area.
if the
So
magic's, like, filtered through limestone and into hot springs, is that different than, like, you get to stand right next to a lava flow? Because, like, geologically, those are very different things. Like, a explosive volcano in Iceland is very different than a geyser in the Midwest of the United States. So if you were drawing your magic from a geyser, that's not the same as drawing from the Icelandic volcano, and I feel like black dragons are like Icelandic volcano, and green dragons are like bubbly geyser.
feeling hot, hot, hot. Um, well, and it's not that it's so. Are you saying that you think maybe there are like different flavors of magic?
I do, and I think it affects hatching.
That's our time. All right, that's it from us. Let us know. Did we blow your minds? Drop us a comment or an email. And remember, we love you. Stay out of the clouds, off the ice, and come back to us. We'll see you next time.
See you next time. Remember, lore lovers, fantasy fanatics, and good girls, like, rate, review, subscribe, and share.